Hello guys, welcome back once again. Man, it has been a crazy day, hasn't it? So we're going to talk about Microsoft right now in their E3 conference. You're probably going to see me upload Bethesda, Microsoft, and Sony one right after the other on this Game Tidbits because I just want to watch all the conferences and take it all in. I also watched EA's and Ubisoft. I'll be honest, this year's E3 has been amazing. Nintendo's tomorrow, but this E3 has been amazing. So many games people wanted and hoped to see, they've seen. It's just been mind-boggling. Let's go through Microsoft. So Microsoft start off with Halo 5, of course, which looks like Halo. The multiplayer looks interesting. But, again, for fans of Halo, there's no reason not to be excited for that game. The game that really blew me away in Microsoft's conference was a game a lot of people talked about. Was the cartoony game, obviously with the 1930 cartoon style with like the 16-bit platforming together. That game was amazing. It was an amazing looking game, and that is the game a lot of people are going to be paying attention to. That was like, wow, that's cool. Obviously, the biggest thing for Microsoft was the fact they announced backward compatibility to the Xbox 360 games to the Xbox One. They're going to have 100 during the holiday season. To me, that's a big deal. I know Sony didn't announce anything like that, but to me, it's a big deal for Microsoft. I think backward compatibility, for some people, they're on the fence. Like, when they announced no backward compatibility, that kind of was like, man, I want to, but I really wish they had. Why can't I play last generation on my console? That gives me an instant library to play while I'm waiting for the good games to show up this generation. I've never understood why they don't do backward compatibility to every console that comes out, because it allows you to have a big library of games, and then eventually when the good games come out, you can move on to the good games of the next generation. But obviously this 3.3's theme was next gen, PS4, Xbox One, right? That's what the theme has been, next generation. Or this generation now. I keep calling it next generation, but it's not. Anyway, Rise of Tomb Raider graphically looked really cool, but Tomb Raider's kind of not my thing. But again, it looked really good. And a lot like the last one. So if you like the last one, you're going to like the new one, right? So that's really cool. You so associate Microsoft with Call of Duty that I was kind of, surprised not to see that, but you saw it later. Star Wars Battlefront was in the Microsoft, and obviously it's going to be on everything. But that game, I got to say, that game looks amazing on everything I've seen on. I can't wait for Battlefront. That game is amazing. But, Microsoft with Rare threw me kind of for a loop today. Because we had the Rare symbol, remember, from like the N64 days? They brought that back. Like that rare gold and blue, or yellow and blue symbol looks like you're like, wow, that, And then to see that they're coming out with the 30 collection for the 30th anniversary of Rare, which is exciting. I was hoping for new games for some of those, but at the same time, it is cool that they recognized it and got, a lot of the games we remember from Rare. To me, that was really exciting for Xbox One fans and fans of Rare. I mean, I might, if I don't have an Xbox One, I might actually pick that up due to the fact that I love those old games. And then, of course, Rare showed his new game, was a Sea of Thieves, which made me excited to let Rare finally make games again instead of making Kinect and junk like that. Finally good to see Rare be Rare and make games. That's what I want to see. And obviously Phil Spencer probably had a lot to do with that, and that's really cool. I was really excited to see that, because now let's get Rare back to being Rare again. It kind of looked like, to me, like if you took Assassin's Creed Black Flag with that game, and you threw, like, I don't know, kind of like Banjo-Kazooie, like old platform, and just threw them together. That's what Sea of Thieves reminded me of. But again, we'll have to see more later. It was kind of just a short little trailer, but still exciting to see Rare go ahead. Gigantic was a weird reveal for me because they really didn't go into any details. Like, hey, that looks cartoony, and what is it? And then later found out it's a MOBA game. It'll be free on Xbox One and obviously Windows 10. So maybe we'll see gameplay of that in the future. Microsoft had a really strong conference this year for themselves. They had a lot of games this year themselves. Like, wow, I can't believe they came strong this year, right? Was it perfect? No, but the HoloLenses was another amazing. To see them actually see Minecraft and the way it's used with the HoloLenses was really impressive. What makes that cooler to me than other virtual reality is I'm at my table, bam, I throw it on the table and I can play it. The problem I have with other headsets is that you got to move around. If you're moving around, you're going to run into stuff with those things, right? Well, that thing, if you say set it on a table, you're just working around that table. You know the you know how big that table is, so you're not exactly going to run into stuff like you were, you know, the other things which are not meant to be around. And Minecraft looked amazing. Like, just what you could do is kind of really cool. Hopefully they bring other games to it that gives you cool experiences like that. Again, no date, I believe, for it, and no price or anything. So clearly, I don't think that thing's going to be ready till either end of next year, beginning of 2017 probably. I mean, I'm just assuming on that because they really haven't given a great detail of it. Actually, nobody outside Oculus Rift really has. I don't think Sony didn't. I don't think they announced the day at their conference either for Morpheus. They didn't show much of it either. Microsoft had a very strong conference. A lot of indie games, obviously, they showed, which were rather interesting also. Microsoft seemed to concentrate on games this year, which was very important. I think that's what they had to do this year. I'm sure I might be forgetting a couple games because I watched Sony and all the other ones today. But I thought overall, if you liked Microsoft, they had a very solid lineup of games. If you were a fan of them, you know, of their system, then there's nothing to be like. I think the great thing is there's variety this year. It's not like, oh, all shooters or all this. There was a lot of variety. I mean, obviously, you know, Ubisoft's got like 3 Tom Clancy games stuff coming, but overall we saw a lot of variety this year. It wasn't like, oh, we're just going to do the same thing. Like Unravel was really cool, like a yarn-like game. They had a lot to offer. So I want to hear your thoughts of the Microsoft E3 conference. Did you like it? What did you think of the games they unveiled? Is there a game I missed that you like, man, that was really cool, you missed that game? Definitely love to hear your comments down below, guys. And I'll make another video for the Sony conference next.